Hi everyone, and welcome to Across the Pond. This is our monthly show where QJ and I talk about the movies, books, and video games we have enjoyed this month. Say hi, QJ. How's it going?
Hi, how's it going?
For the course of 2016, QJ and I have both undertaken projects. QJ's trying to play 52 games in 52 weeks, and read 52 books in 52 weeks. I'm trying to watch 52 movies in 52 weeks, and this is just to keep track of what we've done, have a little chat about what we've enjoyed this month. Usually you start, so video games.
Yep, here I am. Oh, we're starting with video games.
We always start with video games.
Do we? I don't know. I don't listen to our show.
Yeah, but you're there. You're in it. You do it every month.
Yeah, well, I forget things easily. Anyway, so I'm just going to start off by saying that April has been really long, but it's also been really busy. I got promoted at my job, so I've been working a lot more hours, and I've been putting in a lot more time with all these things that people require of me. So I've been spending almost all my spare time just playing Wind Waker. And I love that game.
Congratulations on your promotion, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It literally means
congratulations.
Almost
I didn't know about that. You didn't tell me.
It means almost nothing to me except the fact that I get to control music at work now, so I can stop listening to people's crappy music that makes me want to eat my own hair, and I can play my own classic rock playlists.
You're putting Under the Covers on.
Oh, I should. I really should.
You should. You can't put normal Ninja Sex Party on though, because that's probably not appropriate.
No, it is literally not safe for work. I got a coworker to listen to Under the Covers though, and she really liked it, and so.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm recommending certain NSP and Starbomb songs to her because she likes vulgar humor like me.
Oh, so, that's good.
Yeah, I might be making a friend at work. It's weird and dangerous.
Ah, friends.
Yeah,
friends.
And I don't know what to do
what
with
that's
that.
like.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't have any of those.
It's a strange ritual. I don't know. I feel like if she listens to these songs, we're gonna have to like get matching tattoos or something. I don't really know how friendship works.
I don't know how friendship works because over the past month I've driven all of my friends away by ranting about Batman vs Superman to them.
Yeah, that's why I was gone for so long. you and your.
That's why we haven't spoken all month, just because like you try and talk to me and I'm just like, oh, Batman vs Superman, it's the worst.
That is correct.
It is. It's horrible. Well, that was a tangent.
Anyway, so Wind Waker was a really long game, and it was the only game that I had time to finish this month, but I'm very proud of it. I love that game so much. This is Wind Waker HD, just to be clear. I played it on the Wii U with the gamepad, and I just love this game. It's probably, after Splatoon, my favorite game.
It's a very good game.
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. Wind Waker HD is also beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Goddamn gorgeous.
And I don't know what everyone's deal is complaining that it's kiddie, because I think it's gorgeous. It took me.
I think that was just a problem when it first came out because people wanted a realistic Zelda game, and it kind of was a shock to their systems back in 2003, I think.
Yeah, whatever.
Whenever it was announced. But yeah, that's where that issue comes from. I don't think anyone complains about it nowadays, but they might.
I think the cartoon, like the whole cartoonish animation, is much more pleasing to look at than a jagged, realistic, tall Link.
It's gorgeous, and it's really expressive as well. Like Link's eyes, I don't know if you noticed this while you were playing, but Link's eyes, they look around the room.
Yeah.
And because he's got such big eyes, you can kind of see, like...
When I get stuck, I always stop and look at him and see where he's looking, and I'm like, oh, there's that thing I have to look shot.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It took me several hours to play, but I probably only 4 or 5 segments where I was sitting and playing because I liked to binge it, because I felt like if I only played half an hour at a time, I was going to constantly forget what I was doing. So I pulled a couple near all-nighters playing this game into the wee hours of the morning because I couldn't stop.
Nice.
I never got bored. There was never a point where I got sick of it. I loved looking for all the Triforce shards and just constantly just pressing B over and over and over and over again, defeating 1,000 enemies just so I could get one stupid little Triforce shard. And there was that one shard that I just had to literally defeat 200 people in a row. And I'm like, I think the game makers are just running out of ideas for how to get these things. Is
that the one that's in the cave of ordeals or whatever it's called in that game? Where it's just layer after layer of enemies.
Yes. Yep.
Because I think, yeah.
I was like, when does this end?
Yep. Yeah, that one. That one is not fun.
Yeah. And it's got such a cute little story that's amusing, but it's not vital to pay attention to. Because, you got Tetra, who's an adorable little girl pirate, and it turns out she's a lot more important than you expect.
I think it's nice because Link's motives are kind of clear in this one. Like a lot of Zelda games, it's just like Link goes out because he's a hero. But the plot kind of makes sense in this one because it's like he's trying to help his sister. And he's got something to care about. He's got a motive.
His
he's got a reason
grandma's
to
not
be
going to do
fighting
anything
in this
about it
game.
except make soup.
Yeah. Because I like having characters that have motivations and personalities, which is why I hate Batman vs. Superman. Oh god, it's so bad.
Uh-huh. Batman vs. Superman HD.
I can't stop.
They each sail out to rescue Martha and take some soup with them, except Superman's soup has kryptonite in it, so he drowns.
Well, neither of them would be able to get soup because they don't have grandparents, because neither of them have families, because all their families are dead. Spoilers.
Well, maybe the Joker can make soup.
I love the idea of Batman comes back to the Batcave and Joker's just there with some soup. Like, here, have this. It's fine.
Or Harley's
He's
there.
not going to drink that. He's not drinking it.
Or Harley's there and she's like,
Again,
have some pudding. And she's like,
again,
pudding.
he's not going to consume that. Like, he's just going to throw it on the ground. Like, no, I'm not having this. This is poison. I'm calling it now.
It's not poison. It's pudding. I'm just picturing it all in Wind Waker graphics, like Batman standing there facing Harley, and you have to press A to speak, and she's like, "I'm gonna fill your empty door with some pudding," and you're not allowed to leave the room because the game doesn't let you do things without like accomplishing certain things. So until you eat the pudding, you can't even go anywhere else, and then you die because it's poisoned.
It's too good. It's already better than Batman vs. Superman. Anyway, so Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Tangents aside.
Let's
it's
see.
just good, isn't it?
Oh, it was wonderful. And, I'm not sure why I couldn't stand running across an empty field in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but I just adored sailing across the open sea. I mean, it's prettier, it's easier, and also there's a map that's easy to navigate.
Control really clunky. It's just a better game, isn't it?
It's just nicer. It relaxed me, except for the part where I was defeating bosses and I punched my leg a lot. My leg is bruised from some of the ragey boss fights I had. And I'm not gonna lie, there were several times I had to look at a guide to figure out what I was supposed to do next. And oftentimes it was me being really stupid. Like I could not figure out how to get across a room. And I would look it up and I'm like, oh, I'm just supposed to use those dumb heavy boots that I've had for 5 days that I forgot those still had a purpose. Or I couldn't figure out how to get, what's her name? Medley over this cage. And I'm like, I can't get her out. And they're like, oh, you're just supposed to fly. I'm like, oh, right. She can fly.
She's got wings, dude.
Yeah. So, but I'm not ashamed that I use the guides. Spiegel's really mad that I use the guides, though, because I never let him help me when I play video games. So he's like, why don't you just ask me? And I'm like, shut up, read my own guide. You stay away. It's easier on my own pride to go and read something that a stranger wrote rather than just ask someone who's standing there next to me. But I digress.
Yeah, it's less like you're admitting defeat and more like you can easily just sneakily do it. Nobody knows. But yeah, it's a good game. Good game.
It's a wonderful game.
Is that what you played?
It's all I was able to finish.
Rip.
And I'm not even going to pretend that I played another one and play the Lion game because I don't feel like it.
Wow, rip.
Yeah. Books I finished this month. I'm actually still in the middle of like 4 or 5 books right now. So I haven't finished a lot, but I'm like in the middle of a couple very long books. I did finish the 4th Skullduggery Pleasant novel called Dark Days.
Oh, yes.
I think that one was. I like these books a lot. They're really neat.
I also like these books a lot.
Yes. Dan actually recommended these books to me. Everybody. To be honest, I read these books and I kind of don't remember them immediately either because they all kind of blend.
Yeah, because last time I read them all in one go, so I honestly don't remember which one is which. It's just my brain doesn't. I can't.
Yeah, it's one of those series that, like, of course, I'm gonna go back to referencing Harry Potter, where it's like I can name like certain events and certain people that happen in each specific book, and maybe it's because they're separated by years at school, or maybe it's because I've read them so many times. But certain series like the Warrior series, or like Skullduggery Pleasant, or any other series I've read, a lot of them blend together very well, so that I forget who
Yeah.
people are, or I forget when they appeared, and I forget where certain events transpired. But what I
Oh
love,
man, that's a problem later on in Skullduggery Pleasant. Like later on, there are so many characters that by the last book you're like, wait, who was this guy?
that's
I don't
already a
remember.
problem. I start a book
Yeah,
and they're
by
like,
the like eighth book, that's an issue.
every time I start a book, they're like, in this last book, so and so defeated these things, and I'm like, I just read that and I don't remember that. And I can't tell
Yeah,
if
it's
I'm being stupid or if it's just written a tad poorly, where it's not written in a way that sticks in my memory very well. But
I wouldn't say it's written poorly, but that definitely is an issue. I mean, big ensemble cast sort of things do tend to have that, like, because there are so many
yeah,
characters doing so many things that, like, I can't even imagine how people read the Game of Thrones books, because I watch the show and I
hmm
forget who people are. Without a frame of reference of, like, a visual
yeah,
side, I don't know how people keep track of Game of Thrones characters. Like, Skullduggery Pleasant is bad enough for me, and that's a kid's book.
yeah. But there are certain stories that are written or made in a way that you can remember characters very well. Like, I'm a big Stephen King fan, and his books are chock full
Yeah.
of characters. Some of them are very, very minor and only appear once, and I'm able to read
Mm.
through those books and remember who everyone is because they make such a good impression.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure
it's true.
what it is about Derek Landy's novels, but I like the way he writes a lot. All the
Yeah,
dialogue
so
is
do I.
really
I think it's
witty
great.
and really funny, and it
Yep.
makes me laugh. And I care a lot more about like the dialogue between characters and their sort of relationships with each other more than the actual detective work that they're doing and
Yeah, I
whatever
think
evil they're
those
fighting.
those books are more about the characters than yeah, because they're always fighting some big epic thing, and you're just like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the banter,
Yeah, that's
and it's
exactly
fine
how I
because like the
feel.
banter makes it worth reading.
And it's exciting, kind of exciting in the moment because I'm like, okay, I like these
Yeah,
characters. I enjoy what they're going through and it's fun. But sometimes the like battle scenes go on a little too long, and the
yeah,
I
I
was
think
just noticing
that's
last
I can
night
agree with
because
that.
I'm reading the fifth one right now, that he like
Yeah,
literally describes every punch and every block and every move, and I'm
yeah,
like, this is very
he does
vivid,
do
but
that.
you could go through this in one sentence. Uh,
Yep, just they beat the crap out of each other. That's all you need.
yeah,
Has I don't know if it's the fourth or fifth, but it's about that point. Has the Revengers Club shown up yet?
I think so, if that's what it's
It's
called.
the group of dudes who all want revenge on people.
Yes, that is the fourth
Most of
book,
them want revenge on Valkyrie.
and they're
They
all
are my
really
favorite
lame
group
and
of villains.
clumsy.
Yeah,
They're quite
that's the
fun.
one where I can't remember his name. The really useless guy. He becomes a
Um,
zombie.
Varian Scapegrace.
Yes,
Yes,
Scapegrace is my favorite character in that whole series,
he's
and
quite
he
wonderful.
is from the moment he becomes a zombie, it's like, oh, this is going good places now,
He's one of
because
the
he
few
hangs around
villains.
for the rest of the series.
He's one of the few villains whose names I remember well because he appears all the time and
Yeah,
he's just so stupid.
he's so
But
dumb,
but yeah,
so
I'll come
good.
to those parts in books where it's like a group of people and they're like just mentioning their names but not recapping on who they are. And I'm like, are these people important? Because I
Yeah,
cannot remember who they are or what they did or why they hate Valkyrie.
yeah.
So, but
Well, yeah,
he usually writes recaps pretty well, so I'm not too lost.
yeah.
Um, it's funny because there's a
So yeah.
character right now who they keep saying has a American accent, and I have a lot of trouble in
Uh,
my head making up foreign accents for characters because these books are Irish, so everyone speaks in an Irish accent. But
yeah.
I can't do an Irish
Yep.
accent in my head without distracting myself from what I'm reading. So yeah,
Yeah, to me they're all English.
yeah. And
Like
Billy Ray's supposed
everyone's
to have
English.
an American Southern accent, I guess.
Yeah, Billy Ray's like
But
Texan, isn't he?
yeah, Yeah.
And then like the chick, can't remember her name, she's English. And so is Spring Hill Jack, who is awesome. Because
See,
he's just Jack the
I can't
Ripper.
even remember stupid Spring Hill Jack. Whatever he likes to jump around.
Spring Hill Jack's
yes.
just he jumps around, he stabs people, he wears a top hat. He's just generally a douchebag.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about
He's a great guy, I like him.
Tanith Lau? Or
Yes, yeah.
She is
English.
probably my favorite. I love her.
She is cool. Although Derek Landy hates her.
Really? Why? Wait, no.
Because he wanted to kill her in the first book.
Ah! No.
What?
Honestly, reading these books...
That's not a spoiler. You've been there.
My, a spoiler of what might have happened. My favorite part of reading these books is reading Derek Landy's dedications and then his little blurbs at the end.
Yes. They're always funny, aren't they?
Yeah. He's very just like, I'm amazing, and everyone else that I have to dedicate this book to is dumb, and I'm wonderful, and I've won awards. I
don't know if I don't know if it started by the point of the books you're in, but because the publishers wouldn't let Derek Landy kill off Tanith in the first book, he starts basically just torturing her. I don't know if that started yet, but bad things always happen to her, just always. And
That's kind of why I like her so much, because it just makes her seem really tough. So sucks for him. It's not working, his plan.
Wait for it.
No.
It just gets worse and
we'll
worse.
Not wait for it. You wait for it.
Well, I've already been there, dude. I've read these books. I'm on the other side. I know what happens. I could spoil anything right now.
Surprise, everybody. Dan's read books.
Surprise. Skullduggery dies at the end.
He's already dead in the beginning.
He's already dead at the beginning, so like...
He's a skeleton.
Yeah. Good books, though. I recommend them. They're really enjoyable.
Anyway.
Have you got any other books, though?
Yes, the other book that I finished this month is called Lovelock, and it's by Orson Scott Card and Catherine Kidd. They recorded it together. Okay, Shay came in and tried to talk to me without using... Why are you pointing at Espion and not saying words, okay?
She's being really cute.
Yeah, I don't care. Go away. Just leave me alone!
That was a special guest appearance from...
He just comes in and starts making faces at me and
Effortless.
trying to mouth words at me, and I can't read lips, and I'm trying to talk. Ugh. Anyway, Orson Scott Card and Catherine Kidd, they co-wrote this book together. It's really, really well written. It's very descriptive. It's one of the first sci-fi novels I've read in a really long time, and I really want to get more into sci-fi because, I don't know, it just makes me, like, I love going into complete fantasy worlds. So Lovelock actually is, how do I say it? It's from the point of view of an advanced capuchin monkey. And the whole story is that...
Okay.
Like...
I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting it either when I read it. So, select people from Earth have been chosen to go populate a new planet.
Yeah.
And so they all go in this special spaceship, and, it's going to take, like, several years for them to make it there. And so they've created a society within this large spaceship, and they all have to live together and form a community and whatnot. And Lovelock is the monkey, and he's a special companion for this head scientist, because all these head scientists have what they call... what are they called? Not companions, maybe. Some other word. And they're meant to, like, absorb all their memories that the scientists just are too busy and don't have time to make and remember. And they're there to be, like, completely obedient and to just help them do all their work. And they're basically robotic, but Lovelock starts to become autonomous and starts to learn how to think for himself and be like, it's not fair that I don't get to live my own life as a monkey and have a mate and have a family and create his own line of like super genius capuchins. And so he starts to I can tell you think it sounds really stupid the way I'm describing it, and to be honest, I'm not good at describing things very well.
Yeah, but like some of the best things sound stupid when you describe them. Like,
and if this was written by...
It doesn't sound like something that's easy to describe.
if this was written by lesser authors, it might have been very, very stupid. But I've read some really fantastic books whose plots I look at and I'm like, that sounds dumb. Like this book is
a lot
about
of things
this,
just
and
sound
it's
dumb.
from the point of view of a monkey. Like, why would I want to read that? But this book is very, very well written and super interesting.
Yeah.
And
No, I get that.
yeah. I don't know how many other novels out there from the point of view of an actual being who is, supposed to be robotic and then is like sort of becoming their own person, and you go through that transformation with them, but they're a monkey. And to be honest, I hate monkeys, but I loved reading this book.
Monkeys are creepy, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, capuchins are all right
not a
though.
fan
Like
either.
if I had to pick a monkey, capuchins are okay. They're not horribly ugly or scary, and they're very smart.
I would choose tamarins because tamarins are just tiny and fluffy and ginger, and they're kind of adorable.
Oh.
So that's my choice of monkey. Chimps though, chimps are just like grotesque, and they can go away and never come back.
Yeah.
Same with gorillas. I'm just like, nah. I go to the zoo and I'm like, gorillas can just nope away.
They can nope.
And there's like I've been to zoos and there's been like a baby gorilla and everyone's crowding around it, like trying to look at it, like, oh, baby gorilla, and I'm like, no, that's disgusting. It's like an ugly human baby. I don't want to look at human babies. I don't want to look at a gross hairy one. Go away.
See, I feel like I would not mind
okay.
chimps because they are very, very smart, and I feel like I would be able to like interact with them on a level that I can't interact with a human. I'm like, they're smart enough that I can, they can like
That chimps are dangerous.
give me
dude.
stuff. Well, what I was gonna say is
Chimps
like
will bite your face off.
well, that's what I'm trying to say is like I feel like I could interact with them on a personal enough level that they understand me, but I don't have to have like a conversation with them like I do with a person. But they are like more sporadic than any like rabid dog, and I feel like one wrong move and they would
What you're saying is
rip my eyes out.
you would be happy to have a chimp friend instead of a human friend and run the risk of it biting your face off because it wouldn't demand anything from you.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying here?
Yes.
That's great. I love it. So yeah, that book sounds interesting. It does sound
It's
like one
really
of those
cool.
concepts that if you
And
describe it just sounds silly though.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a trilogy, but I guess the first one came out in like 1994 or something. And then I guess last year Catherine Kidd died. So
That sucks.
now he doesn't have anything to co-write it with. And on the Wikipedia page it says like it's in progress, but I don't know if that's ever really going to come out. But it ended in a way that it's good as a standalone book. It's a really heartbreaking ending, but it's quite wonderful. Good sci-fi.
That's cool.
Chase recommended that one to me. Thank you, Chase.
Oh, that's cool. Legend. Do
Legend.
you mind if I recommend something to you?
Sure.
I would like to recommend Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. It's a book by Douglas Adams, same guy who did
Ooh!
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Fabulous.
It's got a sequel. It's really good. It's enjoyable.
I will definitely look into
It's probably
that.
one of my favorite books. Yeah, it's
Love
a detective.
Hitchhikers.
It's a detective book that goes into just weird sci-fi. It's very Douglas Adams. It feels
Nice.
a lot like Hitchhiker's Guide, but Earth. Thor shows up at one point, like Norse god Thor. It's ridiculous, but at the same time, just amazing. It's beautiful.
Did you read all 5 Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books?
Yes, I also read the follow-up by the other guy who did an extra one that was okay.
Oh.
Yep, there's a book called And Another Thing that kind of takes place to sort of bookend the story and finish it off.
I think when I was reading them in high
It's
school,
alright.
I only got to like the middle of the 4th one. And I think by then I was something about the writing had changed a little bit, or maybe just the way the stories were playing out. But I sort of decided I would rather
that series is just weird.
Yeah. I decided I'd rather
becomes
just
kind of
reread the first
nonsensical,
one over and over than read the entire series. Because I didn't think it was that important. But, man, I love that book.
It's fun, though. I like it. But yeah, Doug Gently's Holistic Detective Agency is a great book. Great book.
All right, sounds good.
Any other books you want to talk about?
Not the ones I'm in the middle of right now. I don't want to spoil anything.
All right.
But these books are taking me a long time.
Good.
Yes, I'll save them. How about you, Dan? What have you been doing
Oh, we
this
can have
month?
like a skullduggery book every month because I could totally do that.
Oh, perhaps. Perhaps.
That'd be cool. That'd be great. What have I been doing this month? Were you about to
Yes, what have you been
segue
doing
into
this
that?
month, Dan?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I've been watching some movies. I had like a year's worth of coursework to do for the first like 2 weeks of this month, so I did absolutely nothing but work for 2 solid weeks.
How
Then I walked
irresponsible of
in.
you.
I know it's a dumb thing to do, but I did it and it's fine. I walked in, I dumped in like this huge like 50-page report, handed that in, it was done, and I just went to the cinema, watched The Jungle Book. Great
Ooh!
film.
How was it? It
It
was
was
good?
it's really good. Like it was really cheerful. It's genuinely excellent. Fantastic. I was a little bit skeptical of like how the CG would work, like the lip syncing of the voice acting and stuff like that, but it
Mm-hmm.
just really did work. Like
Nice.
all of the animals are like they're animated in a way that like they're realistic, but at the same time they're expressive. Like Baloo especially is like so expressive and adorable and quite possibly one of the most lovable characters I've ever seen in any movie ever. And being voiced by Bill Murray helps that a lot, but also the animation and
Oh.
just how expressive it is.
That movie had to have a
The voice,
lot of CG work to it because they didn't use
it's
any
pretty much
live
all
action
CG.
animals, did they? Did they even use
Nope.
any as like
No, it's all.
templates?
I I don't know. I mean, I imagine they studied real animals, but I don't think
Well,
they used
yeah.
any for. I think it's pretty much all just 3D animated, and it looks amazing. Like every shot, it's colorful, it's gorgeous, it's just beautiful to look at.
Sounds
The
fun.
voice cast is great. Like from like Baloo being voiced by, I said the name earlier, but I
Bill
just
Murray.
Bill Murray. I forgot it like mid sentence. Yeah, Bill Murray does a great job. Idris Elba does a great job as Shere Khan, who he's actually threatening. Like Shere Khan is kind of a dumb villain, but in this movie he's genuinely quite threatening. Like
Yeah, he's
there's
actually a
tension
killer
in the
tiger.
plotline because of him. Yeah, yeah, he's you can see it and you're like, oh god, this guy he would kill a guy. He's a murderer.
Yeah. It
But
sounds like
like,
I would enjoy this movie more than I enjoyed the Disney animated one because
yes,
to be
you
honest,
would. Yes, you would.
it's
I did
not
as
one of
well.
my favorite movies. Um,
I think we agree on the Disney animated one on that its plot is a bit flimsy and it just kind of doesn't really do anything.
yeah.
Like I remember talking to you about it before. Like the original just kind of feels like the plot is just there to weakly string along all these goofy, like meaningless songs. If you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's like a series of sketches with a plotline to. But the movie, this movie, the plotline is good. It's solid. All of the characters are kind of like believable. It carries a lot of weight. Like there's tension going on. You kind of care about
Mm-hmm.
Mowgli, like as a character.
Oh.
Um, I've heard people complain about his acting, but he's like 12 and not acting against people. So I'm like, he's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's a child
All
actor, and
right.
he's probably the best child actor I've ever seen in anything. And he's acting against CG, which is already difficult. So it's
Yeah.
like after like for the first like 10 minutes, I was noticing him being a bit like not so great, but I kind of just stopped noticing it after a while, and it was like,
Not
yeah,
being too
this is
picky
fine,
this time.
and yeah, it's tolerable. He is fine. He's fine in that role. But yeah, the whole movie is charming. It's enjoyable. It's like the story is tense and it has moments of darkness, but otherwise it's very light and bubbly and kind of enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it has good contrast. It's not just like constantly happy and it's not constantly miserable like Batman vs Superman. So
It sounds
when it gets tense, it means something. You know?
it sounds like you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, that like the movie is about Mowgli, but it's not like his job to carry the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I felt like that was one of my problems with the older Jungle Book, the Disney animated one, because first of all, I just didn't really like Mowgli that much. I didn't care about him, and maybe that's because as a kid, I didn't really like kid main characters. Because when you're a kid, you kind of want your main character to be someone you look up to, someone you'd like to be. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't really want to be Mowgli, except that like I would love to live in the jungle and just hang out with animals and not have to hang out with people, but Mowgli is like whiny and I don't think he's very strong or cool. I would rather just be Bagheera rather than be Mowgli because when I was a kid, I wanted to be an animal. But I didn't like Mowgli that much in the Disney animated one. And And
feel
all
like
the animals
you
were
might
just a
not
little
like him in
too.
this one either.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's not
But
as important
he's kind
as
of
the plot of the story is.
whiny, but it's he does kind of carry the plot, but like I don't know, it is about him, but he as a character doesn't drag it down. I don't think anyway. You might have different opinion. I would suggest going to see it because it's genuinely really enjoyable.
Okay, probably will. How did they do with carrying in the old songs?
They carried in the 2 good songs and left all of the crap ones.
Oh, nice.
It's so good. It's like Bill Murray singing Bare Necessities, which is just lovely. Like, there's just a scene, it's not really a spoiler because it's kind of in the trailer, there's a scene of him floating down the river with Mowgli on his stomach, and they're just singing and having a good time. And it's like,
Cute.
They convey that friendship incredibly well. Like, those 2 are just, like, lovable friends, and it's great. And then the other song they keep in is Christopher Walken singing I Want to Be Like You. And that is just too good. It's just too good. It's like, I love it. So it's a happy film. It's really enjoyable.
To be honest, though,
I'd recommend everyone go and see it.
That's probably not better than actual Louis Armstrong singing that as an orangutan.
No, probably not. But like, Walken does a good job.
Were the Beatles in it?
He does a good job in that role as well. No, because they're mostly dead, aren't they? Isn't there only like 2 of them left?
I don't know if anyone besides John is dead. I know Paul was just in Fresno. That's where I live. He was just here. He did a show at my old college.
Well, no, they're not in it, but I feel like if it would have felt weird in this one, because I don't know, I feel like the Vulture scene would have felt out of place, if you know what I mean.
I would have loved for him to make an appearance, though. That would have been a good callback.
Yeah, like a cameo. That would have been cute, but no, they didn't. And there's a lot of things that get left out from the original, but again, it's like I think that's fine. I think it does a good job with what it has, and it's great.
It's cool.
It's great.
I haven't seen any of the live action Disney movies that they like redid from the animated ones. There's been like Cinderella and I don't know, a couple others.
Okay, as far as I've heard, don't watch those because they did Cinderella and then they did Maleficent. And then other people did the Huntsman movies, and they're apparently horrible. And I've seen the trailer for Huntsman: The Winter War, and it looks like the worst movie ever. It just looks horrible. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah, Jungle Book's good. Jungle Book's really good. It's directed by Jon Favreau, who did Iron Man, and he does a great job.
Nice.
It's beautiful. It's colourful. It's great. I love it. So that was a really happy movie. The second movie I watched is a movie called The Danish Girl. Which I was going to go see when it was in cinemas. I was going to go and see it in the cinema, but then I was like, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry in this movie.
Of course you did.
This in the cinema. I was in tears for about 60% of this movie. That movie hurts.
Yeah. I watched that.
Like, it's heartbreaking, dude.
It really is. And I wasn't expecting painful. I wasn't expecting it to end the way it did because okay, yay, there's finally a movie we've both seen and can talk about. So I researched this movie before I saw it. This. And I was like, okay, it's based on true events and true people, and I sort of looked up the synopsis of the real people.
Loosely though.
Yes, loosely.
Because they changed a lot of things.
It ended in a way that was not based on true events, so I didn't expect it to end the way it did. And when it did, I was like, no! Oh my gosh! Why?
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? It really hurts.
Oh my gosh. It got me in the feels.
It's painful. There were so many feels. Like that. It really, really does a great job of portraying. We haven't actually mentioned what this movie's about, so let's go there. The Danish Girl follows Lily Elber, who is a trans woman living in. It starts in, I want to say, 1929. It's oldie times.
Yes, oldish.
It's around that time period. And she's like bouncing around trying to basically find who she really is and become
somewhere in Europe,
who
right?
she really is. It starts in Denmark and then they go to Paris and then Denmark. the like surgery happens in Germany, I believe. And she's kind of bouncing around trying to, and it just hurt. Like there are scenes like where she's labeled as like schizophrenic or insane, and it's just like
And
No,
it's hard to
don't.
watch because you know that's how that kind of stuff happens or happened, or even
Yeah.
maybe probably still happens.
It's also hard when you know, yeah, when you know people still think like that. When like I know full well there are still people in this world who think that transsexuality is like a delusion and
Yep.
that people are insane for it, and I'm like, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah, it's rough to
And
watch the reality of that
it just
movie.
hurts.
Eddie Redmayne
Yeah,
did a
it's
fantastic job as Lily.
yes, yes. It was just such a good, so well acted, so well directed.
And
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
that guy is going
even
to
though
be
it
the
broke my
next.
heart.
That guy's going to be the next Johnny Depp with how sporadic
Yeah.
and like malleable he
Because
is.
he's in Fantastic Beasts, isn't he?
Yes, and he was also in
Jupiter Ascending.
I don't
Which I've
I don't
heard
know
is
what that
horrible.
is. No, what's it called?
Don't worry about it then.
The Theory of Everything. He plays Stephen Hawking, and he plays him from a
okay.
young man who's fully
Yeah.
functional in his physicality to ending up in his chair with his disabilities, and he plays it so well. He's an amazing actor, and he's really, really good with his role as Einar/Lily.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Like, just so good. But yeah, that scene, that whole film just broke my heart.
Yeah,
Cause,
it was rough.
Yeah.
It was.
It's
You know
rough,
what I
man.
loved about it though is let's see, what did I say? I mentioned this to a couple people. What I liked is it was not a movie that was trying to make a point about anything political. It was not preachy this movie is about why, transgenderism is good and everyone who disagrees is bad and you are all stupid, or it wasn't like that. It was literally just, this is a story and this is
telling
how
a
the
story.
people in it feel and this is how some people are. And I didn't leave the theater thinking, oh, they were trying to push anything on anybody. It was just, historical fiction, and it worked really well.
Yeah.
But at the end of the film, they had a little,
It's excellent.
they had a little like blurb across the screen. It was that like, to this day, Lily is an inspiration to like the transgender community, and I'm like, oh, that's nice.
It's good. The other thing I like about it is you get to see her when she's happy. So I think films like this where you see like a positive, happy emotion, it means that it hurts more when everything goes bad. Like, the sadness is far more impactful when you've seen this character and how happy they could be,
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, but it's not going to last. And then it goes down. And it's like, it's this range it's a roller coaster of emotion. And it just hurts, man.
Yeah.
It just hurts so bad.
It's really well done, though. I think the only other...
it's a good film. It's excellent.
I think the only other problem I had with it were there were some scenes that were a little too dramatic. I felt like there were parts during where they were trying to portray like Einar's transformation into Lily when he like there were points when he was still he and he like had the dress up against him and it almost seemed like like the dress was like taking over his brain and he was like he had this like look on his face like, oh my gosh, what am I going through? And I'm like, I don't think that's like, I don't know. It's like you're not transitioning in these 5 seconds that you're holding a dress. I don't know. It was a little.
Yeah,
there were a couple moments that were a little too
like
Hollywood dramatic, and I was like, I think
I
it's
guess
supposed to be a little
Although
more.
I feel like
internal.
it. Yeah, but if it was all internal, it wouldn't be a good movie, would it? They kind of need to show and demonstrate like this thought process, and that's kind of a way of like pulling it into the physical world and like actually expressing it, because it is difficult. Like, it's something that's really difficult to put on to express and put into words and stuff. So I think this movie did an incredible job of putting all of those emotions on screen and into a script, because it's like, dude, how do you? Yeah, it's a great movie. It's good.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say, my friend Trenton wrote a really good article. He wrote a really good review on the movie. You guys should read it. I will link it in the blah blah below the video.
Cool. I'd be interested, because your friend Trenton writes good reviews.
Yes, he does.
He's good at that. So yeah, the third film I watched was a film called Happy Go Lucky that was suggested to me by ITAFRTRS. which is a weird username, dude.
I've never
But,
heard of that movie.
No, I hadn't either. It's okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it while I was watching it, but I don't know. It's a comedy, and it follows like this sort of hopeless optimist bumbling through her life, kind of like she's being challenged every turn by people being negative and like real world issues, but she kind of keeps making light of it and being positive. And it felt like they were going to kind of, over the course of the film, have her be dragged down and become a pessimist, but that never happens. She's just, everything bad that happens never phases her, and she just keeps bouncing through. And it's funny at times. It's like there are some scenes that are really funny. Like she has a driving instructor, and there are some scenes where she's in the car with him, and he's like this complete pessimist. He's hateful. He's just awful. And the scenes between those two characters, like that dynamic is incredibly good, and it's really funny.
Oh, neat.
Some of the other scenes kind of like aren't that funny, and it's just kind of like, okay, I feel like I should be laughing here, but I'm not. Like, not in a cringy, unfunny way, but just kind of in a, okay. Like,
Moving
it's
on.
not bad, but it's not good. Like, so
makes sense.
it's a good movie. I think it's enjoyable, but at times just kind of wasn't for me, and didn't really hit me in the
Maybe not
right
super
places.
important.
But it's good. It's well directed. It's well acted. It's because I think it's a little indie. It's an English indie movie, I think. So
Okay.
it's good.
Well,
It's
you
a good
watched
movie.
something that was recommended to you. You're welcome, ITRAFJLMNOP.
ITAFBANANAS. I ain't no hollaback girl. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good like, I don't
Okay.
regret watching it, but it's not fantastic. Like, it's not the best thing.
Okay.
Then today, before we recorded, because it came out today, I went to see Captain America: Civil War. Oh my god, it's so good.
Yay!
QJ, it's so good. It's so good.
Exciting!
It's so good, dude. It's like Marvel looked at Batman vs Superman and thought, ha, 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 we're gonna make a good movie. And then they did. Just everything is excellent. Like, the whole dynamic between Tony Stark and Captain America is incredibly well done, and it's built up throughout all of these films previous to this, and everything just hits the fan, you know? It's like everything that's been built up. I would suggest watching like the Avengers 2, and probably Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I still have to
they're
see
all
Winter
good
Soldier.
films. Winter Soldier is so good. It's on Netflix. You should watch it because it's great. It's
Did you
incredibly
feel
well
like-
directed and well acted.
Did you feel like it helped
Did I feel
the
like-
movie experience reading the Civil War comics, or were they like completely separate?
No, because it's pretty separate, because it's a whole different universe. You know, they're kind of, it's almost different issues, because in the comic it's more like about like it's more about masks and identity, and like, we need to know who you are. And in this, it's more like we know who you are, but you gotta do things for the government, because you
Okay.
know, I don't really want to spoil anything, because it's very integral to not really know what's happening, but it's good. Everything's good. Every character is well utilized. Spider-Man's incredible. I was so skeptical of Spider-Man's existence, because I was like, Sony have messed this up so many times, but he's incredible in this movie. It's just,
Yay.
it's so good. And Ant-Man's good in it. I watch Ant-Man before you watch this, but that's just because Ant-Man is really good, and I just everything the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been building up to just explodes in this movie, and it's incredible.
Oh, I'm excited.
QJ,
What?
I didn't watch one of those movies.
Hmm.
You forgot about this. My
No,
tricky
I didn't
little
forget.
game. It's way difficult this month, because those are all 4 movies that I totally would have watched.
Oh, this is tough.
I know, right?
Let's see. I'm pretty sure you watched The Jungle Book because you were extremely descriptive.
I could have made all that up, though.
I guess. You seem to really have an opinion on that, though. Another thing is, I have not been paying attention to movies this month because I've been sitting in my own little bubble of work and Wind Waker. So I don't even know if Civil War is even out in theaters in America, let alone if it's been released early in
It's out in
England.
it's out in the 6th in America. It came out way early here. Like, Age of Ultron did too. I don't know why it happens, but for some reason we get movies before.
So for all I know, you
It's-
could be
it's
lying and
odd.
it's not even out in England yet, and I have no idea because I'm not going to bother opening Wikipedia.
That's cheating. You can't do that.
I know, but I'm not gonna do it. But you know,
Good.
I'm just saying it's that easy to lie to me. To be honest, if you're lying about Danish Girl, I'm gonna be sad.
What if I just read the book? What if I didn't watch the film?
Yeah, right. Don't make me laugh. I mean, the easiest guess seems like it would be Happy Go Lucky, but I mean, you watched The Truman Show, and that was recommended by a commenter. And it seems easy to believe that just some random English indie film left you feeling kind of apathetic. But okay, my first guess is going to be Happy Go Lucky.
You are incorrect. I did watch that. I'm not going to lie about watching a film that someone suggested. If I don't get around to a suggestion, I'm going to be like, just ignore, pretend I'll get around to it next month.
You
I'm not
ignore
gonna
all
lie
my
about it, 'cause-
suggestions?
Yeah, but you don't leave them in the comments, so there's no pressure.
Ugh, whatever.
Spam up the comments, then I might. I've downloaded Spirited Away. I've borrowed the DVD for Spirited Away. I'm going to watch that at some point. Like, it's going to happen.
Okay, then I'm probably going to be really sad because you probably didn't watch Danish Girl.
Yeah, I did.
You did! Okay, then
Yeah.
what the heck? Okay, well then that's good. Well, you know, I don't really care about this game. This game is dumb.
That's because you always lose.
It's because you play dirty.
I don't play dirty.
Did you watch The Jungle Book?
Yeah, I watched The Jungle Book. Civil War comes
Okay.
out tomorrow.
You were such a douchebag.
It's so easy to make up an opinion on that, though, because it's like, I can just say, I don't want to spoil it.
I
and then
told you I
don't-
didn't know if it was out yet. It's not fair. You don't get to take advantage of my stupidity.
No, it's totally fair. Like, easy.
You're a jerk.
Like, the point of that game is to take advantage of your stupidity. Like, I'm trying to trick you. What is this? This is
you know
like
what?
Thor. It's like, you're like Thor going up to Loki being like, yo, mate, your tricks, not having it. Don't take advantage of me. I'm just dumb. You're not allowed to stop it.
You are not as cool
Like,
as
that's
Loki.
what you are right now. No, I'm like lame Loki. I'm like, what's the DC sort of equivalent of Loki? Because I'm that. I'm whatever DC have.
The Riddler?
No, because the Riddler's like the best Batman. Well, Penguin is, but like, no. And Riddler's not like mythical.
know.
He's just a dude.
Catwoman?
He's just a dude who like hangs out and like Catwoman. Catwoman is DC's Loki.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yep. She is a trickster Norse god. Yep. That's Catwoman's deal, you know.
I'm sure there's cats in Asgard.
Are you trying to tell me
Hey,
that Catwoman is Asgardian?
There was Cat Thor in Squirrel Girl.
In Squirrel Girl? That doesn't help.
Squirrel Girl helps everybody.
Squirrel Girl is great. Have you heard about Squirrel Girl beats up the Marvel Universe? Because that is
Yes,
hype.
you tell me about
That's
that all the
so
time.
good. I cannot wait. It's exciting.
You know what the best comic volume I read this month was? Was Lumberjanes Volume 3. Did you get it
Shut
yet?
up, don't. No, Amazon still haven't.
Amazon
I
is
hate
mean to
Amazon.
you because
Hate
you're mean to me. It's the best one
They
so
also-
far. It's so cute and so
don't.
fun.
Don't. Stop.
Okay, we'll
I
talk
also
about it
haven't
next
been able
month.
I also haven't been able to read friggin'
You haven't read your
Giant
Giant
Days because
Days.
they delayed it.
And I have.
Giant Days is like the best. Have you actually? That is really upsetting. That's genuinely upsetting. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, like a week and a
also,
half
I've
ago
got-
I read it. It's adorable.
Oh, that's so annoying. I've got the first volume of Paper Girls, which is Brian K. Vaughan's new series, sitting on my side right now. So I'm gonna read that, and I'll tell you what I
neat.
think of that. At some
Yeah,
point.
Amazon keeps
That-
recommending
that
that to
I
me,
think is
so you'll
really
have to let me know how that is.
I'll let you know. I also read Secret Wars, which is a big old pile of complete nonsense. I regret buying it, and it's just like, okay, none of this. This is just drivel. This is just drivel on a page. I don't care. I regret so hard.
I told you before I read volume 1 of a series called Wayward, and I was hesitant to recommend it
Yes.
yet because it was just the first volume that was out, and I wasn't sure how the second one was going to be. I read the second volume, and this series is wonderful. You got to get it. You got to read it.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's based
All right.
in a very, very realistic Japan. In fact, one of the things that this story has going for it that like all that this critic writes like in the front of the volume is that this is one of the first writers that does Japan very realistically and very faithfully.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
it's not overly goofy and like ridiculous and
It's not
fantastical.
kawaii des.
It's
It's not kawaii des with animus running around.
sure words.
Are there any
And yet
ninjas
it's
in
still
it?
the plot is about like supernatural creatures, and the main characters have these mystical powers, and they have to defeat evil and go through the lives they're going through, and there's actual Japanese demons from Japanese folklore that make appearances, and
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's really like mythologically accurate. They call the demons yokai several times, which is funny because Shay loves yokai watch. So I go over to him and I'm like, "There's yokai in this comics."
Oh god, not Yokai Watch. I just remember like months before that came out, Shay was so like obsessive, like it's gonna be the best thing ever. It's gonna be the next Pokemon. And now it's like
He loves
okay,
yokai watch.
it's not, though,
When he
is
came
it?
in here earlier, being all like, "Oh, I love Espeon," he was wearing his Jibanyan shirt.
Adorable.
Yeah, he treats Espeon like
Desu
his own little
Kawaii.
yokai. What?
I love it. We're getting like a lovable, friendly side of Shay that no other show on the ZBN gets.
No, yeah.
Because he's miserable and 90s nostalgia fueled everywhere else. But on our show, he
is
loves
the-
cats.
Spiegel is the grumpy, effortless, cranky monster, and then Shay is the Jibanyan Espeon lover.
Yeah, he's our version. He's the nice one.
I watched
It's like
a
how
movie
I'm
this
nice
month.
here and horrible on 8-Brit. Did you? What movie
Yeah.
did you watch?
I watched Star Wars for the first time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
As in episode 4. New
Just
Hope.
episode 4. I haven't had time to watch
Awesome.
5 or 6. But yeah, I watched A New Hope, and it's quite wonderful.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not even
I liked
the
it.
best one of the original trilogy, so I
No,
think you're gonna,
I've heard
you're gonna have
that.
fun going
But
forward.
I watched it, and I was like, this is adorable. It's really funny. It was making me laugh, and I was not expecting it to make me laugh.
Yeah,
I followed.
It's fun. It's
I followed.
charming.
Blah, blah. I followed the plot really well, which was good for me
Yeah.
because when I watch or read like fantasy or sci-fi, sometimes it gets way too confusing. Or movies that are chock
Yeah.
full of action, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. But Star Wars was very simple, but not in a stupid way, just in a way that I was able to understand what was going.
Wait till you get to the prequels.
Whatever. Yeah, I was able to follow
gotta
what
watch
was
the
going on,
prequels.
and it was making me happy that I actually understood and actually
Yeah.
cared. I really like the characters. Luke is a bit too whiny, but I don't think that's much
Yeah, he
a
is.
writer's flaw as it is just that's how his character is. Leia's
Yeah, it's just
awesome.
that's the character,
Han's
so-
awesome.
Chewie though. Chewie is the best character.
Chewie's yeah. No, R2D2's
Chewie's
the best. He's the one with the attitude.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. R2 is because he's such a bitch. Like he's just an a-hole.
Beep beep boop boop. Don't you take that tone with me.
But yeah, Star Wars is good. I hope you enjoy the rest of them.
Yeah, I want to watch
think
it
you'll
again
definitely-
before I watch the others, but I liked it, and I was glad I was finally able to get into a mindset where I was able to, forget that it's so universally loved and not be biased about it
Yeah.
and just view it for what it is. And
Yeah.
to be honest, if I had watched that not knowing that it was a trilogy, the ending is really underwhelming. It's like they go through this
Yeah, a
big
little bit.
battle, and these battle scenes go on way too long. Like everyone's flying around in ships and shooting each other, and I'm like, well, now I'm bored. And they're like, use the Force,
Tiny
Luke,
bit,
and I'm
yeah.
like, where are you? Why is there a microphone in his ship?
He's a
Like,
ghost.
There's
He's a ghost. He's a spooky ghost.
well, then
TJ.
ghosts don't have
the
microphones. But that part was
Yeah,
boring.
they do.
And
I
then
do. That's how I'm recording.
they were
the
like,
show.
we win, and then at the end, it's like you get medals and beautiful like John Williams
Chewie
score comes in. It's like dun 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 dun
Chewie
dun,
doesn't.
and I'm like, this music is beautiful and gorgeous, and then it ends, and I'm like, well, wait, shouldn't there be some like fallback where Darth comes in with his ghost microphone and is like, I'll get you next time. But
Well, I think it's because it originally wasn't going to be a trilogy. It was originally just going to be one film. They weren't sure if they'd get sequels.
Well,
So
but
that's
yeah,
probably why
that's
that is.
that's what I feel like the problem is, because as a standalone movie, that ending is not enough. Like it ended very
I
underwhelmingly.
guess
I was like, now what? Like
it's true.
that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, because Vader kind of gets away. It's just like, oh, okay. Actually, what happens? Palpatine, I assume, isn't even on the Death Star at that point. So yeah, they don't actually achieve anything. They killed Grand Moff Tarkin, or whatever his name is, and that's it. Lame. And millions of other people.
I don't know.
And Chewie doesn't even get a medal.
That's because
It's
he's
really
a bear.
upsetting.
Bears don't get medals.
Yep. Chewie. Well known for being a bear.
Yes.
But no, are you gonna watch the Star Wars prequels? I'm really interested to know.
I will, because I don't like other people forming opinions for me, and I need to form my own.
Sweet. I'm excited. I'm so excited to hear about that. I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited to be someone who actually likes Star Wars and just is not just constantly hearing about it and not understanding anything.
Yeah. Because then you can watch episode 8 when it comes out, and we can get like hype about it.
That'll
And
be
you can
fun.
watch Rogue One, which is like a spin-off. That's gonna be cool.
What I really wish is,
So
I
we
wish
done?
I could get a hold of the like old VHS tapes of Star Wars before he like
before George
CGI'd
Lucas tampered.
a bunch of stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
man, is it? Oh no, I don't think it's. I think it's episode 6. There's this really, really crappy musical section that George Lucas added later with like a weird alien singing, and it's like, why? So yeah, ignore that.
That was part of the problem I
horrible.
had, but I suppose that's not an original problem, so I could ignore that. But like,
Yeah,
there were most of the scenes were like people in puppet suits and like weird masks, and I'm like, oh, this is neat. This is old and gritty. And then all of a sudden, there's a big CGI blob of Jabba the Hutt like going around with his big bright eyes, and I'm like, that doesn't belong there. What's going on?
it doesn't belong here with the guys with the masks that look like they have ball sacks on their faces, and the guy with his mask that looks literally like Satan. Like, did you notice that? There's a guy in the cantina whose mask he's just got a devil mask on. And it's like, this is not an alien. This is Lucifer. What is this? But yeah, it's good. Star Wars is fun. I think you'll enjoy episode 7. It's good.
Cool.
I think you'll enjoy all of them. But episode 7 is.
I'll let you know what I think of the rest.
Sweet. I look forward to hearing that. But yeah, as always, I've been Dan.
And this is QJ.
And if you have recommendations for movies, I will watch them. So leave me a comment and I'll do that.
Yeah, and if you have
And I guess
recommendations
if you
for
wanna
games,
Yeah.
I will.
She won't.
I mean,
She
thank
won't.
you.
I've
anyway.
bought her games on Steam, and she hasn't played them yet. So
No, I have not. I'm sorry
she'll
that I
be upset.
have a job and then I have bills to pay and cats to feed.
One of the games I bought you is like a 2-hour game. It's not even.
No, I'm busy reading your precious Skullduggery Pleasant books that you recommended to me.
True. I'm glad that you read those. They're good. Oh wait, actually, last month you were gonna get British phrases from Harry Potter, but I know you didn't do that.
No, I just remembered that, but
Yeah.
nope.
Next month.
Done. Oh, but the I thought they were gonna just stop at book 1 with the big fat illustrated versions, but they're coming out with book 2.
Oh, they're more
Illustrated, yeah.
nice.
So I'm gonna get that
Awesome.
soon. Yay!
Get a list of British phrases so we can have a little conversation about that, because that will be epic.
Okay.
And you promised it last month, and you never did it.
No, but that's because I don't care about keeping promises to you.
Wow, rude. It's because you'd rather have a chimp friend.
I don't have to keep promises to chimps.
Yeah, tune in next month where I will have seen Civil War at least twice, and I will, to be honest, probably say exactly the same thing that I made up today. Like, I'm not. I know exactly what I'm going to say. It's going to be, this movie was so good.
I'm also going to say the same thing, which is you are a douchebag. And goodbye.
You're horrible. You're mean. Bye.
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 Bye.